What's up? This is Tony. I play guitar.
Hey, I'm DeAndre. I do the vocals.
This is Justin. I play guitar. We're Miles From Exile, and you're watching Seen But Not Heard podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Seen But Not Heard podcast. We are here at the Music Garage in Chicago, which serves as the practice space for the guys in Miles From Exile, who just happen to be joining me on the podcast. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Quite well. Thank you, sir. How are
Wonderful. I'm also doing quite well. Thank you for asking. I'm very excited to do this interview because I know you guys so well. And a big reason I know you guys so well is because I'm friends with you. And a big reason I'm friends with you guys is because I used to be the original vocalist in Miles From Exile back in the day when you guys were starting out. So let's just start there with the interview. I think it was back in like early to mid 2009 when you guys had started kind of forming your band. I think I joined in late 2009 and sang with you guys for about a year. Left the band in maybe late 2010, and then you guys found DeAndre, who's been filling in, and you guys have been now together for about another a year or so. Yeah. Could you guys talk about, I'm curious because when DeAndre joined the band, you guys had started kind of shaping your music a little bit differently and going in a slightly different direction. What kind of elements do you think DeAndre brings to the band, and in what ways have you guys kind of been developing your songwriting a little bit differently?
Well, why don't you talk about what you...
I definitely brought a much more aggressive side to it. When I heard it, it was just like I was just kind of blown away. It was definitely a different, whole different thing for me to get into because I had never played with music like this. Really, this high elevated. Like I'm usually doing like lower hardcore type of music. So when I heard like dueling guitars, it was just like, wow, this is a really high register. I was just like, I'm gonna have to really do something really different, kind of out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like though, like your songs though have kind of developed a little bit more. Like in the past, maybe you had like a riff idea, and then just kind of stuck with that. But it seems like you're exploring different sounds and kind of developing things a little bit differently now. Would you say that's the case?
Yeah, I definitely would say that's the case. And I don't know. I mean, musically, kind of we do our own thing, and Dee's kind of do his own vocal thing. So it's not necessarily because we got D, but we just kind of started going that direction in general, and then it happened to work out that he was on the same page with us as far as that went. So I'd say definitely, like, as far as what we're trying to do is, like, what I think good music is, there's a lot of contrast between the different parts. Like, you have your real epic parts, and you have your super heavy parts, and then you bring it down a little bit. So I think what we're trying to do is have more contrast where we're not just going straight at it at one tempo straight through a song. We're trying to change tempos and kind of change vibes throughout the song, and I feel like that emphasizes the like the heavier parts seem heavier when you're coming out of something a little bit slower, and like the slower parts you can, the mood change is more pronounced, so it feels a lot different that way, I feel like.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
say the writing process in general is a little more collaborative too, because especially when we first started off, the band was based on me and Justin jamming, so we'd bring almost like completed songs, and everybody be like, okay, cool, let's roll with it, But now it's more everybody throwing their 2 cents in, and like Justin was saying, like we have all these, different parts coming together, but it's kind of, it's not only is it collaborative, but it's a little more complementary too. You know what I mean? Like we have, like you were saying, dude, like the heavy parts, the slow parts, like everything kind of, it's all different, but it all mixes together, in a way that we like anyway. Yeah.
That's one thing that I really love about your music is that sonically there's so much going on, and it's really not at all what you would expect, I think, from like a modern metal band. You really don't sound like a lot of other bands that are around today. Could you guys talk about like what is it that you guys are trying to do, or where does your inspiration come from? Like when you do write a song, what is it that you're trying to accomplish?
I think first and foremost, we want to write something where we listen to it and we're like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Like we're definitely going to be our hardest critics, and we definitely want to make something where we say, we're proud to put our stamp on it and say this is Miles From Exile song. I don't know, I'm sure they have other ideas and stuff too, but I would say first and foremost, like that's our focus when we write a tune is this, if we don't think it kicks ass, then let's not go forward with it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, totally agreed. Like if I'm not pleasing the critic in my head, then I don't believe that it's at a level where anybody else should be impressed with it. Yeah. So like if it doesn't like just make me go, all right, wow, that sounds like impossible to sing, or that sounds like impossibly long or impossibly high or low or whatever. Just like I'm usually not about really like the challenge of writing.
Right. Well, I love the end result that you guys have with your music. Like I said, it's very unexpected, and I think because it's kind of so all over the place, it really keeps the listener engaged throughout. They're always wondering, okay, what's going to happen next, or what's going on here. In another way that you guys are very much not what you would expect from a typical modern band today is that a lot of artists who are not signed to labels yet will be working very, I guess what you would call blue-collar jobs, where they're working at bartenders or in a factory or something like that. But you guys have very unique professional lives too, most of you. Could you talk about what are some of the things that you guys do for your day jobs or outside of music?
Well, I'm actually a lawyer. I just got sworn in to the bar in November, so that's kind of my side project for this. So, you know, if this doesn't work out, I could fall back on that.
Solid backup plan. I'm a math teacher, man. I teach children, the youth of America, you know, so
Shaping minds for the
yeah, exactly. It's it brings up some interesting fodder for class from time to time. I'm like, oh, sorry guys, I'm a little tired. I had a show last night, you know, but it's good. It's fun, you know. It's good to, you know, it's kind of rough because we have to, you know, being in a band isn't free. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we practice here. That costs money to go play shows. We need to travel to get out there, to record, to get shirts, to get merch and all that stuff. So it's good that we have, you know, some of us with, you know, like that steady income where we can, you know, keep this thing flourishing. You know what I mean? Because while it's a lot of fun, it is a lot of work too. And anything that's going to be a lot of, yeah, right. all the work costs money, you know.
Another thing I would say too is, you know, even though we have full-time jobs and whatnot, like I think the way I look at it is kind of like we have two jobs. Like, so, you know, maybe there's kids out there and, you know, you're 17, 18, or you're just out of high school, or you're doing whatever, and that's great too. But we think we try to work just as hard as they work. So, you know, we don't try to, you know, we practice regularly. We're always writing. We're always working on stuff. So it's not as if we try to treat this as something secondary. We definitely put in the effort that we need to put in to make something.
We might be more efficient with it. Maybe like those younger kids can practice every day, you know, but they're, I mean, I remember when I was in a band of that age, you know, like there was a lot of wasted time at those practices. When we get in there, it's business, man. You know what I mean? We don't have time to be screwing around, so we bust out a few hours of practice like, you know, it's nonstop practice. You know what I mean? You remember what it's like, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Now, and your drummer too is also in law school, I believe, and is working on his law degree. So as a side benefit of that, I guess if you guys ever get sued or run into legal problems, you got two lawyers in the band to take care of.
It's really nice to have it around. You know, like it's good to have, because there's people ready to take advantage of you. You know what I mean? And it's good to have two people who know how to read through all the, you know, the legal technical writing to be like, yeah, they're trying to screw us right here. You know, they're wording it a little sneakily or whatever it might be, you know. So I personally love having, you know, the couple aces up our sleeve as far as that's concerned. And I feel like when other people find that out, like, oh, you have lawyers in your band, they kind of think like, well, you know, maybe we shouldn't try to pull one out, you know, try to pull a fast one.
Makes you a very straight shooter when you know someone knows law.
Yeah. So I think it's an advantage for us personally, you know.
One other thing that I really love about you guys is that you're very carefree. You guys have fun with each other. You don't take life too seriously. You love kind of teasing each other. Who in the band is the easiest person to kind of make fun of?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Who do we make fun of the most?
I'm on the receiving end a lot. Mikey's on the receiving end a lot.
He is, but
yeah, I dole out a whole bunch. I'm kind of a dick.
I think Mikey's the most easygoing. So, but we give him a lot of shit in jest, but I don't know if we give him the most shit. It'd be really hard to say who gets the most shit.
I think we give him the least just because it's just like he like lets it roll off his shoulders.
Yeah,
so it's just like, why bother him if we're not going to get a reaction?
Ed gets a little worked up sometimes. He's kind of funny. He's like, ah. So that all amuses us.
I tend to make mean faces at Ed sometimes, and usually we laugh about it.
Well, that's awesome. I love how you guys are able to have so much fun in your band. I think that's one of the most important things of being in a band is just having fun with each other.
And it's funny, though, if you listen to us talk to each other, you know, it sounds like, man, these guys must really hate it, you know, because it's always like someone's yelling at someone else, someone's calling somebody a dick, someone's telling someone else to, you know, eat shit or whatever. And, you know, but at the end of the day, you look at us and then we'll go, hug it out or whatever you want to say. Like, yeah, it's all good. Like, we all know it's totally, you know, just us being assholes to each other for fun, you know.
If you make aggressive music, you gotta at least speak aggressively for a little while. Like otherwise, you gotta back it up. It's got to be a full circle.
Now you guys are heading into the studio pretty soon to work on an EP, right? Can you talk a little bit about what your fans can expect from this new recording, and do you guys have any other plans for the year ahead?
I'd say as far as what to expect from the recording, I would just say expect sorry, better songs, I'd say. And like you said, that whole unexpected vibe, kind of you don't know what's going to happen next. I think we take that to the max a little bit here. And so hopefully I think it's still palatable enough for people to like it and enjoy it. But I guess that would be part of what we're going for, is more complexity in the sense that song structures and different styles. And we're even thinking about throwing some piano in there and just trying to make it really big compared to the last one even.
Yeah, like I think this album is like, it's really gonna tell a lot more of a story, rather than the last one was just kind of, you know, just bam bam in your face over and over. This one is more of I think it's more of a literary tale, because like, besides literally taking a lot from a lot of writings or a lot of readings that I've been doing lately, but I think this one is a lot more well spoken. It's going to be a lot more evenly paced, so that you can really listen all the way through and feel like, you know, you get something out of it in the end. Or you might miss something, have to go back and like reread it again or something.
Just out of all that, I still think the first one, you know, really does come through. I mean, personally, I'm still really happy with it. Like, I still like listening to it, and I'm just excited to get in there and make more. It's like kind of more of the same, but kind of more of a lot of different stuff too. You know what I mean? Like we definitely the things that you might like the best from that first EP, they're for sure on the second one. You know, and then like Justin was saying, we got to have a little more complexity in the, I would say, in the sense of like sophistication. You know what I mean? Like it's even a little more like, you know, we're trying to really keep polishing our sound. You know what I mean? So
there's less too, like there's less guitar solos, but more guitar leads. So that's a big difference too. Like there's a lot of intricate lead parts, and like different back and forth. But it's not just like, okay, we're gonna play this riff, we're gonna solo over it. There's less of that. It's more integrated with the song.
Yeah,
so
basically, expect the unexpected for the next EP. Cool. Do you guys have any other plans for the future, or is there anything that you guys really want to plug or share with your fans or let people know about?
I would say we got shirts now. We just got those, and they're from Grind Design. This guy in Hungary, and he does all kinds of badass bands, and we love the way they turned out. And
that shirt is nasty.
We definitely want people to feel free to buy one. It helps us out a lot, and also it's like advertising for us. I mean, they're cheap. They're $10. You can get those at milesfromexile.bigcartel.com. And you can also get our EP on there, and we'll obviously have our new EP once that's ready. So check out that site. Try to like us on Facebook. We always appreciate that.
I can emphatically say you will not find a better shirt for $10.
No, you
period.
won't.
Like, it's not just a black shirt with with Miles From Exile and white on it. You know, it's a sweet design. It looks legit, and well, because it is. So
it's very brutal with two zeros instead of
you're not going to find a better shirt for $10. I can say that for sure.
Right.
You know, we definitely want to. This year we're planning on branching out a little bit. You know, not just in Chicago. We really want to hit out. You know, hit the Midwest and kind of, you know, make it ours. You know what I mean?
Grab it by the balls.
Yeah, it's absolutely. And you know, like maybe obviously, you know, Illinois is a big state. We got some places to go down south. You know, down like southern Illinois, Bloomington.
Yeah, we already have shows scheduled outside of Chicago as we speak. So
you know,
and keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah. So if you're another band in the Midwest and want to do a show with these guys, hit them up on Facebook or the MySpace, I suppose.
No, Facebook.
Yeah. Not Facebook.
We don't check MySpace anymore. Please don't deal with it.
Dead. You could probably Twitter blast us too. Hey. Twitter.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody's tweeting
There's
now.
like 7 tweets on there. I'm not really good at that, but I'm like, tweet this. What the hell? You know?
Right on. Well, thanks so much, you guys, for interviewing. Look forward to hearing the new EP. I'm very excited for that, and best wishes in the future.
We'll be among the first to get a copy, man. Thanks for having us.
Love it, you bet. Thanks a lot, you guys, for watching another Seen But Not Heard podcast. We'll hopefully have another one coming soon to you.
Keep kicking ass, brother.